And we are back with some more Ottawa Senators franchise mode. In the last one, we got the first overall pick. Not only that, but the fourth overall pick. So we move from 3 and 8 to 1 and 4. So going into the draft, we have 4 first round picks. I wasn't sure initially if I was going to use all of them. However, I took a look around the trading block. Nothing within my required age range of 18 to 25 was interesting. And then I took a look at the unsigned prospects. Once again, nothing was interesting. So it appears we're just using all of our picks here. So let's take a look to see who is available at number 1. The best potential guy here is Matias Sarella. He has a 5-star potential, half-star ability, unfortunately. So yeah, he's going to take a while. Might be like 3 or 4 years. But nonetheless, he is the only 5-star potential available in this draft. Then there's also only one 4.5-star potential in a goaltender in Mikael Parzek. He had a .913 save percentage in 8 games last year in the MHL. Then you have Flynn Keys, Victor Janssen. Let's take a look at the mock draft. So Roger Yarbrough is supposed to go first overall according to the mock draft. I don't think I agree because he does have the 1.5-star ability, so he might be the most talented available. Well, actually, no, there's several 2.5-star abilities, but they're all only 2.5-star potentials, so not a whole lot of room to grow there. One guy who catches my eye, though, is Aleksei Lavakov. 18 getting open, very good defensively already. His positioning needs a little work, but besides that, he's got a lot of his offensive and defensive ratings already where they need to be. He's supposed to go 11th, so he's someone who I wouldn't mind drafting, possibly with the 4th overall pick if it comes down to it. But I think when you have the opportunity to draft a 5-star player, you do it. Even though he's only a half-star ability, I think it'll be worth it in the long run. That is presuming his potential doesn't drop, which it very well might. You know, he might not be a 5-star player in the end, but still, he's the only 5-star potential in the draft. Would I regret not taking any of these other guys? Lucas Nivelt looks pretty good, but he's a 1.5-star ability, only 2-star potential, so no, I'm not taking him with the first overall pick. Yeah, I think Sarella, besides Lavakov, might be the best option here for the first overall pick, and I'm not taking Lavakov, a 3-star potential, a 2.5-star potential, I should say, with the first overall pick. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna take a chance on Sarella. I mean, I know it's unfortunate that he's a half-star ability, but that 5-star potential is too good to ignore. So Sarella, welcome to the Ottawa Senators. So there you go. Hopefully he turns out for us. I mean, like I said, I'm not expecting him for at least another 3 or 4 years in the NHL, but once he gets there, he should be worth it. All right, so let's simulate ahead to the 4th overall pick. So going second is going to be Flynn Keys to the Detroit Red Wings. And third is going to be Roger Yarbrough to the Vancouver Canucks. So now we pick at number 4. Lavakov is still there. There's also Vetlitsky. He only has the D scouting accuracy, though. Or, well, it's the A scouting grade, but his chances of success of actually reaching a 4.5-star potential are not great. And besides, we already have Mr. Alan Manning locked up for the next 5 years now, and he's been doing just fine, so I don't feel the need to draft Vetlitsky right now. However, Victor Janssen, who is a 4-star potential and the 1-star ability, determination up there at 16, accelerations at 16, nothing in the defensive category is particularly great, getting opens at 16, puck handling and shooting accuracy are at 15, offensive read I wish was a bit higher, 38 points last year in the SHL in 52 games played, 65 grade. Let's see, do we need a winger? Not necessarily. We already have Steiner, we have Schinkel, we have Standing, we have Dobias, so I would prefer a defenseman. However, Janssen is the best available player. Dmitry Matveyev is a while off. He's got to develop basically everything, every category. Offense, defense, physical, and mental. I mean, he is a 3.5-star potential, but he's also only a half-star ability, so it's sort of the same situation as Matias Sarella. So you know what, yeah, considering Matias Sarella, and then the other defensemen that we have within our prospect pool, such as Mielinen, Pietila, and then Machenko coming in as well, I think we can afford to take Janssen here over Matveyev or any other defenseman. So Janssen, welcome to the Ottawa Senators. All right, I believe our next pick is at pick number 20, so let's quick simulate ahead and see who is available. Oh boy, so a lot of players went. It appears that goalie went already. Lavakov is still there. Yeah, I think we take Lavakov. He was supposed to be picked at 11. Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt in this one. Lavakov is the best player available by far. Ability-wise and, well, almost potential-wise. I mean, there's Schutz, Marco Schutz. But we already took Sarella, the defenseman, so we may as well get ourselves a center in Lavakov. Welcome to Ottawa, Aleksei Lavakov. And now we're on pick number 23, so our 4th first round pick. There are no more 2-star ability players or above, so we're down to 1.5-star abilities, and there are only 3 2.5-star potentials. You got Todd Rogers, defensive read is at 17, determination's at 16. Jamie Mullen, those are brutal stats. Jacob Liska, the goaltender. Harvey Emerson doesn't look bad. He only has a 2-star potential. Well, actually, he's kind of injury prone. I don't know. I'm not sure if I want that. Lucas Nivelt, not bad either. Only a 2-star potential, but a 1.5-star ability. For me, it's between Nivelt and Rogers. Todd Rogers. Do I want the center or do I want the left defenseman? Because we already have plenty of right defensemen in the system. You know, Sorella, Mielenin, Pietila, and then Machenko's a right defenseman as well. But not too many left defensemen as far as prospects go, so Rogers might not be a bad idea. But Nivelt will be NHL ready sooner. I think I'll take Todd Rogers here. Actually, where is he supposed to go? 45? Then you have Nivelt at number 7, really. When's our next pick? Because I know we're at 23 right now. This is our last first-round pick. Presuming the mock draft is right, which it usually isn't, but I'm going to hope that I can take Rogers with the second-round pick. I'll take Nivelt with this pick. So welcome to the Ottawa Senators, Lucas Nivelt. And is Rogers still going to be available at 35? I think he went. Yep, Rogers went to the Colorado Avalanche at number 28. That's unfortunate. Yeah, see what I mean about the the mock draft? It's usually not very accurate in terms of what actually happens. But I figured I would take the chance because Nivelt was supposed to go at number 7. So I figured if we could get him and Todd Rogers, that'd be great. But, you know, whatever. So at this point, there are only 2-star potentials left. There's 1.5-star ability in Harvey Emerson. I think I saw this guy before. Yeah, I saw this guy before. Yeah, he was that guy who was injury prone. But now with it being the second round, I don't mind using a second round pick on him. He's supposed to go at 76, but as we've seen, the mock draft isn't exactly reliable. He had 44 points last year in the NCAA. Yeah, why not? I mean, he's the best player available as far as I'm seeing. What kind of name is that? Dugar Batarin Udal. Oh, he's Chinese. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, to be fair, I've never seen a Chinese name like this, okay? Dugar Batarin Udal. What a name. Might have to take him just for that. But no, Harvey Emerson is definitely the best player available. I mean, Andrew Krankowski is pretty interesting as well with the 16 for passing, 16 determination, 6'3". It looks like he does have the potential to grow, possibly pushes 1.5-star potential up a little bit, but I'm not sure how far that's going to go. And it looks like Harvey Emerson has the potential to do that as well, and he has the 2-star potential. So yeah, I'll take Harvey Emerson with this pick, but I'll keep an eye on Krankowski, because he looks pretty interesting. So, Emerson, welcome to the Ottawa Senators. Okay, so we're at pick 40 now. Krankowski's still there. So is the Udal guy. And he's a 2-star potential, too. Udal is. So, I guess I'll keep an eye on him. All right, you know what? I've taken a lot of forwards in this draft, with the exception of the first overall pick. So, why not? Let's take Dugar Batarin Udal with our second-round pick here. Welcome to the Ottawa Senators. Gonna have to come up with a nickname for this guy for sure. I am not pronouncing that every time. So we're at pick 66 here. Krankowski's still available. Yeah, I may as well take him. Pick 72. The draft is going very slow right now. There are 5 2-star potentials left. John Ramage, a goaltender. Robert Prihoda. Emil Nielsen. Tomas Yaros. And Yegor Sedenko. Honestly, someone who's kind of standing out to me is Mikael Parzek. He has 16 positioning, 16 passing, 16 puck handling, a pretty well-rounded physical category. I think for this point in the draft, he looks pretty good. He's only a 1.5-star potential, but I think given his ratings, I think he might be able to push that a little bit. So Mikael Parzek, welcome to Ottawa. I think I'll take Emil Nielsen with this pick. Nothing too impressive about him, but really not much at this point. So welcome to the Ottawa Senators, Emil Nielsen. We're in the 4th round now and down to 2 2-star potentials in Yaros and Prihoda. Overall, I think I like Yaros better. There's not too much of a difference between the two, but what's standing out to me about Yaros is the determination at 16. Some of his defensive ratings aren't as good as Prihoda's, but his positioning is also at 12, which is slightly better than Prihoda. Like I said, there's very little difference between the two. But his puck handling is actually better as well at a 12. So I think I'll take Yaros with this pick. We're in the 5th round now. We are officially in just take a swing and see what happens territory. Because I don't believe there are any 2-star potentials left. Yeah, no, we're down to 1.5-star potential or less. I'll take Kasper Karlsson. He's got offensive read at 15 already, passing at 17, faceoffs at 16, positioning's at 14. Those are all pretty nice attributes for him, so I'll take Karlsson. William Dickinson doesn't look too bad. 14 positioning, 14 stick checking, 15 offensive read, 15 passing. Pretty well-rounded mental category as well for a defenseman, and the physical ratings aren't bad either. And he's from Australia as well. He had 51 points in 28 games played in the Australian U18 League. Yeah, I'll take Dickinson. And in the 7th round now, this should be our last pick, unless I trade for the 7th rounder, which I don't believe I did. There is 1.5 star potential left in Robin Nyland. Not very attractive, especially as a defenseman. Not really much there defensively. Shooting range at 15, I mean, all defensemen are going to have shooting range. He got 14 puck handling, but that's about it. You know what? I think I got to take this guy just for the name. I mean, he's pretty good too. He's got screening at 16, face-offs at 15. He could turn out to be like a 4th-line checker for us, or maybe a replacement player, but Simon Hulkkonen. We could call this guy the Hulk, and if there's any shot he makes the roster, that is definitely something I want to do. So, Simon Hulkkonen, welcome to the Ottawa Senators. And now we'll sign some of our players, including Lavakov, who is basically NHL ready already. He is not part of any team, so I want to make sure to get him signed before he runs off to the KHL. Erlinson is also basically NHL ready. He's a 2-star ability. I could see him playing in the AHL, or at the very least making a run for a depth spot in the NHL roster, so I don't see why not. Mielinen, he's up to a 1.5 star ability, 4-star potential. Wow, he saw a lot of growth. He actually saw quite a bit of growth over this past season. Not enough defensively to warrant a spot on the NHL roster, I would say. But he definitely made a lot more progress than I expected him to. In 1 year, that is. 18 for puck handling, so that alone might be worth giving him a shot at the AHL. Will I be able to send him back to Finland? I think as long as he has a contract in Finland, he'll be able to go back there, right? Which it looks like he does. He's with Helsinki at the moment. He had 39 points last year in 57 games played. Physical ratings are good. I'm a little nervous about those defensive ratings. Pietala's coming along. He's got 1.5 star ability now, 2.5 star potential. Defensive category is definitely a lot better than when we last checked. I think I'll leave Victor Jansson in Sweden for this year. I want to see what he can do with 1 more year in the SHL. Because that offensive read only at 12, it could be better. And I think he'll honestly get more time with Karlskoga than he would with our AHL affiliate. As for the first overall pick, Sarella, he's definitely staying in Finland for another year, possibly 2. Okay, I'll sign Pietala for the AHL because I think he'll be able to handle himself defensively, and it doesn't look like he'll be much of an offensive player anyway. So yeah, I think I'll give Pietala a contract. I think I'll sign Nivelt as well because he could at the very least produce at the AHL level, and even if he doesn't, he's good enough defensively that he'll be able to make up for that. I hope. Everyone else, I think I'll leave unsigned for right now. So that's the first round of prospect signings that I wanted to make. Oh, I also need to trade Mickey Murphy. Yeah, we still have his rights. And he was asking for too much. He was asking for like $2 million, and I just wasn't willing to give him that. Because he didn't really have a great season, 18 points. His defensive grade wasn't really great. And that was sort of the role he was in, so yeah, I'm going to be trading Mickey Murphy here. So I found an interesting trade for Mickey Murphy, and it's going to involve sending him to the Vegas Golden Knights, the Stanley Cup champions, for the rights to Harold Inabickler. He has a puck handling 18, passing's at 17, checking's at 16, positioning's at 16. He's got a lot of good stuff going on here. So I figured, why not? Let's give him a chance. He might end up being pretty good. He's a 2.5 star ability, 3-star potential. He hasn't gotten his chance in Vegas just yet, and based off the fact that he's still unsigned, I don't think he will. So Mickey Murphy in a 4th for Harold Inabickler. And as seen by our defensive core, we do need some depth at defense. So just another reason why I decided to give a chance to Harold Inabickler, presuming the Golden Knights accept our trade, which I don't see why they wouldn't. But besides all of our prospect signings and the trade that we just sent out, I believe we are all done here in the offseason. I don't think there's any free agents I want to sign because everyone available is outside the range of what I'm looking for as far as age goes, or is one of those players that just never gets signed. 131 points in 66 games played. Even at 21 years of age, you're not going to sign that? Really? Definitely something going on there with the system. So I'm not going to cheese it like that. So we're just going to, I guess, simulate ahead a few days, see what happens. And like I said, I believe we are done here in this offseason. And there it is. The Vegas Golden Knights have accepted our offer of Mickey Murphy and a 4th for the rights to Harold Inabickler. Complete trade. So with that, we will sign Inabickler. He is looking for 1.1 over 2 years. I will definitely do that. So now that we have all of our approach players signed, it is time for us to move into preseason. But not in this one. So hopefully in the next one, we will get through the entire 2044-45 season.